I'm Victoria Thomle, and we own a company called Seattle Building Salvage. So we specialize in pre-1940 building materials. And I'm walking through the house. I have noticed all these wonderful pieces of hardware and light fixtures and call buttons and just every detail of all the things that we carry. So it's kind of fun to see, and this is a place of restoration, and the bathrooms are amazing. I love the tubs in the sink. We've had some of those tubs in the sink. The one thing we haven't had is that little corner round piece that's low to the ground for the shower. I think it was upstairs. That is gorgeous. Old, crazed, wonderful.
It is. And so have you been having fun on the Historic Everett Home Tour?
I have been. I'm doing the fair, so I'm taking a brief moment to run through some of these houses, and I've walked past this house many times and stopped and admired it and looked up and wondered what it was all about. And so, yes, it's been fun to go through the houses.
Well, what do you find most interesting about the Hartley Mansion here that we're in?
The history, which I'm going to go home and read because I love the history of buildings and who lived here and what it was all about and how it was created and what brought them here. So it's the architectural pieces that draw my interest because of what we deal with.
Is there anything about the Hartley family, any information or personal experiences that you found interesting?
Well, I haven't really had time to really do the research on it yet, but I will. I think my husband, who is the owner of Seattle Building Salvage, has talked to some of the people who have worked in this building and this house and has a little more information than I do. So it'll be fun to find out more information. I'm glad you're on the tour. It's educating a lot of people.
Thanks. And anything you'd like to say about yourself and your personal involvement in the local community here in Everett?
Well, we had a store on Hewitt and a retail store, so sold a lot of our architectural bits and pieces, light fixtures, hardware and stuff to the community here who have old houses and are in the process of restoring and or just adding different pieces to their house. So it's been fun to get to know this community. I live in the town of Snohomish in the historic district in an old house and also restoring that. So yeah, it's I'm all for restoration and keeping it alive and keeping it circulating out there. So don't throw it out. Someone wants it.
Yeah, so why do you think historic preservation is important to a community like Everett?
For me, I feel because it gives us history, and we need that in our lives. And I think it's important that generations after generations after generations can walk through these places and appreciate the craftsmanship and the quality that went into these old homes.
Thank you. And how about Dr. Wright himself? Do you have any personal experiences or anything to share about Dr. Wright?
I really don't, because I don't have enough information to share.
No problem. Anything else you'd like to add?
I hope that just keeps continuing on and that we have more of these and keep doing the historic tours, and I think it's in the preservation and keep recycling out there. That's a big one for me.
You've been on the Everett, the historic Everett home tours before?
I have, one other time. I go to the ones in Snohomish a lot, but I've seen a lot of them and know a lot of people there, and so I'm kind of leaning towards finding out more of Everett. Plus we've had our shop here, and so we've had a lot of customers from this area in Everett, and we've gotten to know a lot of people. So over the years I've been more drawn to this area because I've pretty much covered every gamut over in the community of Snohomish and in Seattle. So